Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. After what felt like an eternity, the Premier League is back. This is my prediction for the season. This season promises to be one of the most exciting seasons that we've ever seen. And yes, I know that we say this every season about the season being the most exciting one, but this one just feels really special. I think it's going to be crackers, and this is my prediction for the Premier League table. So I'm going to go through the teams quickly and just tell you where I think they would finish and tell you why. But please stay tuned to the end because I will be giving my winners and my top four at the end of the video, and you don't want to miss that. With that being said, we're going to start with AFC Bournemouth. Finished ninth last season. Areola worked wonders with that team, and as a result, inevitably, they came for their players. Kekes off to Liverpool, Hodgson to Real Madrid, Zabani to PSG, Kepa as well to Arsenal. That's almost the whole backline gone. But apart from that, they've kept key players like Semenyo, Ouattara, and Evanilson. And Billing is back from Napoli after winning the Serie A. So I still think they still got a good spine, attacking spine in the team. They've also brought in Petrovic from Chelsea. So really, I don't think Bournemouth will be up there this season, but I think they do have enough to stay in the league. So I'm going to be putting them in 13th place. Next up is Arsenal, who were second last season. They've been second for 3 seasons straight. Could this be the season where they get over the line? We will have to find out at the end of this video because I'm putting them in the top 4 category, but I'll let you know where I think they'll finish at the end of the video. They've been really active in the window. They brought in Gyökeres, Zubimendi, talented Madueke from Chelsea, Norgard and Mosquera, as well as Kepa. They're looking really good because I think the main issue they had, which was the striking position, they solved. So we'll see. Next up is Aston Villa. Finished 6th last season, clinched the Europa League spot, and for some reason Villa really hasn't been active in this window. It looks like Watkins and Emi Martinez might stay, even though it's been rumored that they were going to leave, but it's looking like they will stay. And if they keep both players and add maybe a striker, I think it will be a good season for them. However, I think they're going to retain their 6th position and maybe make the Champions League by winning the Europa League, which, if we're honest, they can because they've got the best manager to do that in Unai Emery. So Villa will be in 6th position, I think. Next up is Brentford. Overachieved as well last season with a 10th place finish, and just like Bournemouth, they've been raided. Mbeumo has been off to United, Norgard to Arsenal, Flecken to Leverkusen, and the most important sale of all, the manager off to Spurs. At the time of recording this video, Wissa is still a Brentford player, but I think we all know that come the end of the window, he won't be a Brentford player. So it's a tricky one for Brentford. They've brought in Kelleher, Coyote, and Jordan Henderson from Ajax. They've appointed their set-piece coach as the manager. Brentford is a really well-run club, and they've shown over time that they can replace players. Like when they sell, they do replace very well. But the number of changes that they've made this season or last season is astronomical. Like they've taken away all the goals in the team, and I can't see them doing much. But I think they'll stay up in the league, and that is why I'm putting them in 15th place. Next up is Brighton. Finished 8th last season, and they've sold some important players, really important players. Joao Pedro to Chelsea, Adingra to Sunderland, Estupinian to Milan, and the surprising one for me is Ferguson to Roma, especially because they've just sold Pedro. But then they've brought in the Greek boys, Kostolas and Stefanos. They've brought in Coppola from Verona and the left back Maxim de Kuiper from Brugge. They've also kept the most important player, in my opinion, which is Mitoma, and for that reason, I'm going to be sticking them in 10th position. Next up is Burnley, promoted from the Championship last season with 100 points. Scott Parker has proven himself to be the promotion specialist, and he did it again with Burnley. But now they are in the belly of the beast. They've lost James Trafford to Man City. I seriously can't see them staying up. So I'm putting Burnley in the 20th position. I think they're going straight down. Next up is Chelsea. Finished 4th last season after winning the Conference League and going on to become champions of the world in America. They've been one of the most active teams in the window. They've brought in Pedro, Delap, Santos, Heito, Gittins, Esugo, and the Brazilian wonder kid Estevao. Xavi Simons and Garnacho is still expected to join this team, and you wonder how this is all going to work. Outgoings include Madueke, Dewsbury Hall, Joao Felix, and Broja, with more expected to leave, the likes of Sterling and Nkunku and Jackson. But yet again, we're going to wait to the end of this video to find out where I think they would finish. So for now, I'm putting them in the top 4 category. Next is the winners of the Community Shield, Crystal Palace. Finished 12th last season and lifted the FA Cup after beating City. But that didn't give them a Europa League spot as they breached UEFA rules on ownership. So they will have to settle for the Conference League, which I think they have a pretty good chance of winning. They have a wonderful manager, Oliver Glasner, someone I rate really highly. They have a very good team, and on any day, Palace can beat any top 16. Palace is a team where it's really hard to predict them. They could really do well this season, but they could also do badly. So if they can keep their best players like Eze and Sarr and Mateta, I think they'll be alright. So I'm putting them in 14th. Next up is Everton. Finished 13th last season, starting the season with a shiny new stadium at Bramley Moore. David Moyes came in towards the end of last season, and to be fair, he did a very good job with the team. They've brought in Dewsbury Hall and Jack Grealish, and they've released Calvert-Lewin and Decore. It's going to be a tough one for them playing in a new stadium where they haven't really generated that atmosphere with the fans. But Moyes is Mr. Everton. He is Everton, so I think he's going to do well with them. I'm putting Everton at 11th. Next up is Fulham, who finished 11th last season, performing above expectations. They've got some really good players like Iwobi, Muniz, Smith Rowe, and they really stepped up last season and they did really well. They've kept the core of their team, and as at the time of this recording, they haven't made any signings at all. I don't know if that'll be enough for a top half push, but I'm sticking them in 12th. Next is Leeds United, promoted as champions of the Championship. They've been very active in the transfer market this season. Players like Longstaff from Newcastle and Mecha from Wolfsburg, just to name a few. But I'm really sorry, I can't see a scenario where Leeds stay up this season. I think their manager is going to be one of the first to get sacked as well. I'm putting Leeds in 19th place. They're going back down. Next is the champions, Liverpool, and it won't be right to continue this video without paying tribute to Diogo Jota. A devastating loss, especially for his wife and kids and his family and the larger football family as well. I think I can speak for every football fan about the shock and confusion we all felt when we heard the news that day. It's a really big blow to Liverpool, so rest in peace, Diogo Jota. Liverpool started the transfer window with a bang, breaking the British record to bring in Florian Wirtz. They followed that up with Frimpong and Kerkez and Ekitike for 90 million euros. But they've also lost some key attacking players like Diaz and Nunes, and Isak is expected to join as well. I will be putting Liverpool in the top 4 category and will let you know where I think they would finish right at the end of the video, so please stay tuned. Next up is Man City. Finished 3rd last season after an underwhelming league campaign and an equally poor effort at the Club World Cup. We saw them being knocked out by Saudi side Al Hilal in the round of 16. They've strengthened with a number of signings: Cherki, Aït-Nouri, Nico Gonzalez, Tijani Reinders, and James Trafford. And today, I think Fabrizio was tweeting about them being interested in Donnarumma and Rodrigo from Real Madrid. They've sent out Grealish out on loan, Walker's left as well, and I think Savinho is expected to join Spurs, which is a real surprise for me. Pep hasn't gone 2 seasons without a trophy in his career. I don't think so, and I know he'll be itching to win back the Premier League. Also going to put City in the top 4 category, and I will let you know at the end of the video where I think they finish, so please stay tuned. Next up is Man United, finishing a shocking 15th last season, failing to make Europe after losing that dreadful Europa League final to Spurs. They've kept faith with manager Ruben Amorim. He stayed, and they've recently unveiled a brand new Carrington base. Very, very impressive. And they've also spent big in the transfer market, bringing in Mbeumo from Brentford, Cunha from Wolves, and snatching Sesko from Newcastle's reach as well. Rashford has been shipped to Barcelona, and they're actively trying to sell Anthony, Garnacho, and Sancho. Højlund is also expected to leave, especially after the arrival of Sesko, but he's saying he doesn't want to go. I think it would be a wrong move for them to get rid of Højlund. He's still a very young player, and I think he deserves at least another season to prove himself, and competition is always good. Onana is out injured, and so they're going to be starting the season without a number one goalkeeper. The defense is not convincing either. I've watched a few of their preseason games, and they haven't really looked like they're ready for the season. But you know something, I think Man United will surprise a lot of people this season. It's just something I feel. Like, I have no evidence to say this, but I really feel it. I might end up with egg on my face here, but I'm going for a 5th place finish for United, which would be enough to clinch a Champions League spot. Next up is Newcastle's clinching Champions League spot last season in 5th position. It's been a transfer window to forget for them this time around. They've missed out on almost all their key targets. They've lost Trafford to City. Mbeumo rejected them for Man United. Sesko rejected them for Man United. Joao Pedro rejected them for Chelsea. Kitike rejected them for Liverpool. And to make matters worse, their best player, Isak, is on strike, waiting to go to Liverpool. I truly feel for the Geordies, but that's just how it is. Sometimes you just have to know where you are in the pecking order. But on the bright side, they brought in a player I really rate, Elanga, and they've also brought in Ramsdale. And they would probably get Wissa or Nicholas Jackson before the end of the window. Playing in Champions League this season, I really don't think Newcastle will be as strong in the league, especially after losing Isak. I think they are going to finish just above mid-table in 9th position. Next up is Nottingham Forest, finishing 7th last season after dropping off towards the end of the season. They had a brilliant season last season, but towards the end, they just couldn't keep up. They are going to be playing in the Europa League this season, taking the spot left by Crystal Palace. They lost Elanga to Newcastle, but Gibbs White stayed after feeling the love from owner Marinakis. They've also added Igor Jesus and Cunha from Botafogo, 2 players we watched at Club World Cup. And also they brought in the talented Dan Ndoye from Coppa Italia winners Bologna. At the time of this recording, it looks like they are going to be getting James McAtee from City as well. I would say it's not been a window they really wanted, but it's coming up really nice for them now. But I don't think they will do any better than last season, so I'm placing them in 8th position. Next up is Tottenham, finishing a woeful 17th position last season, but they won't care because they got the all-important Europa Trophy, which ensured their place in the Champions League this season. Despite the trophy, their poor league performance ensured that manager Postecoglou's character was killed before the 3rd season of the Tottenham series. Son has left the club after 10 years, and Maddison is out for the season with an ACL injury. They brought in Kudus from West Ham and Palhinha on loan from Bayern. Very good signing, Palhinha. It remains to be seen if they would get Savinho from City, but it's looking like that will happen. And also, news came out today that they are also negotiating for Eze, and that would be a wonderful signing if they can get Eze. But the most important signing Tottenham made this season was Thomas Frank from Brentford. Wonderful manager. I don't think they will have a disastrous league campaign like last season, but I also don't think they will be up there fighting for the league or Champions League positions. So I'll be predicting a respectable 7th position for Spurs. Next up is Sunderland with the youngest owner in the league, 27-year-old Kyril Louis Dreyfus. They came up via the playoffs after beating Frank Lampard's Coventry. at Wembley. They've lost arguably their best player in Joe Bellingham, who went over to Dortmund, and they got some good money for him. Money that they've spent wisely, I would say. They've brought in Adingra from Brighton. They brought in the solid centre back Renido on a free, and Masuaku on a free as well. They've brought in Mark Guehi from Chelsea on loan, and Granit Xhaka from Leverkusen. What a signing for Sunderland. The thing is, a lot of people are tipping Sunderland to go down, but I respectfully disagree. I think they're going to beat the odds and finish in 16th place. Next up is West Ham. Finished 14th last season, lost kudos to rival Spurs, and they also let Antonio go after the end of his contract. For West Ham, I think they will be in a relegation scrap this season with Graham Potter. I don't rate Graham Potter at all. I think he's also going to be one of the managers that would get sacked maybe before December. I think they're going to be in a relegation scrap. They would end up surviving, but only in 17th place. Lastly, Wolves, who finished last season in 16th place. They've lost their best player, Konya, to Man United, and Nori to City, and Semedo as well. They brought in a player I really rate highly, especially after watching him at the Club World Cup, John Arias from Fluminense. Very, very good player. But sadly, I think this is the end of the road for Wolves. They've been on a downward spiral for some time in the Prem, and I don't see them making it this time around. I think Wolves is going to complete my relegation pack. They are going to finish in 18th position. Now it's time to reveal my top 4 teams, and starting in 4th is Liverpool. I know this will definitely come as a shock or surprise to many people watching, but I don't think they were particularly great last season. They've lost some really good players. I think Salah and Van Dijk are coming to their twilight years, and I really can't see the new players gelling quickly enough for a title push. I'm including Isak in that equation as well. It's just too many changes in the attack, and let's not forget their manager slot is still a new guy in the Premier League, even though he won it last season. I can't see Liverpool winning the league. Liverpool will finish 4th. You heard it here first. In 3rd place, I have Manchester City. I personally think this will be Pep's last season at City. Losing KDB and Rodri being out for a long time, it's not something I think City can recover from this season. Losing the creativity of Savinho as well, if that works out to Spurs, doesn't help. Even if they get Rodrigo in, I don't rate Rodrigo. I don't think he'll do well in the Premier League. Haaland will score goals, but not enough to give them the league, I'm afraid. So it's 3rd place for City for me. The moment of truth has arrived. The team in 2nd place for me is none other than the boys from North London, Arsenal. I'm only putting Arsenal in 2nd place rather than 1st because of 2 reasons. One, they have Mikel Arteta as their manager. Mikel Arteta is not a winner. I don't think he has what it takes to win a Premier League. So just him being the manager is reason enough to think Arsenal can never win the league. And 2, they only have a good first 11. If you look at the Arsenal team, they have a very, very good team. But after the first 11, the drop is really steep. And so I don't think they would have the depth to go through the whole season. And when the injuries start coming to key players like Saka or Gyökeres or even Zubimendi, the quality coming from the bench is not good enough to win the title. But I have to say they've got an elite striker who I think will get over 20 goals this season easily. He might win the Golden Boot. That's how highly I rate him. This is a make or break season for Arteta, and I think the pressure will be too much for him, and I see him crumbling badly under the pressure. So just because of that, I have Arsenal in 2nd place. As you might have guessed, I have predicted Chelsea Football Club to win the Premier League. Now, the last time I did this, it was catastrophic. I had egg on my face. This time around, I'm pretty sure Chelsea would end up champions come May. And the reason I'm making this prediction is because of the quality players they have in depth. Chelsea has like 2-3 quality players for every position apart from the goalkeeper, except there's like a catastrophic crisis, injury crisis, but I really don't think Chelsea will have much trouble this season. They have quality players everywhere, and the confidence in the team is really, really high, especially after beating PSG at the Club World Cup. I truly can't see any team taking them on this season, and from what we've seen during the preseason games, they're such a unit. The confidence is there, you can just see it, and I truly feel this will be Maresca's season to lift the title. So there you have it. That's my Premier League table for the 2025-2026 season. At this point, I'll have to say, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, don't forget to smash a like. This season, I really want to take this serious. I want to be bringing out videos every week, so please join me this season, and let's make this a memorable one. Join me in this journey, and I promise to bring out videos every week. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.